Hey, don't move! Drop the gun now! Drop the gun now! Drop the gun now!
A photograph of Mosque No. 7 Secretary, Maceo X. Owens, can be seen standing next to Master Farad's contact man, who's from the same country that Farad is from, Pakistan. His name is Abdul Basit Naeem. Naeem is in secret contact with Master Farad, who went underground. Let's read what the caption says. Loyal follower of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Brother Maceo X, Secretary and teacher of Arabic at Muhammad's Mosque No. 7, New York City, is shown with Abdul Basit Naeem, Pakistan Muslim and admirer of the Messenger, whose writings frequently appear in Muhammad Speaks. Maceo X. Owens, the guy everyone said was such a nice guy, a handsome guy, the guy everyone praised as a smart guy. Everyone figured that since he learned, spoke, and taught Arabic, he had to be a special guy. He was educated. Maceo X. Owens was in a bag of his own. He was one of the elite, and you know how it is in the black community. If you can speak well, talk well, and dress well, you're like a god to other blacks. Blacks with those three attributes can easily get other blacks to follow them. Up at Mosque No. 7, Maceo X. Owens floated on air. He walked on water. He was seen and adored for his secretarial skills and as a teacher of Arabic. Maceo was a bad mofo when he stood in front of his blackboard teaching Arabic, knowing that all eyes were on him. Maceo was blowing his horn. Wait a minute. I forgot to tell you about another talent Maceo had. He was also a musician. Maceo played the piano in a jazz band headed up by Al Fats Thomas. That's Maceo Owens you hear in the background on piano. The cut you hear is titled Dog Days. It was recorded on June 13, 1952 in Cleveland on the Checker Records label. On the flip side of this 78 RPM recording was another joint titled Baby Please No No. At the time of these two recordings, Maceo was in a group called the Four Tones. Al Fats Thomas dug the way Maceo played and asked him to sit in on the Dog Days session. Owens later joined the Nation of Islam and became secretary of Mosque No. 7 in New York City. Owens later changed his name to Sheikh El Haj Aziz. He published a book called The Book of Muslim Names in 1976. The monthly paycheck he was getting from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad enabled him to live in comfort. And since he was a loyal follower of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, his loyalty gave him an additional impressive sounding job title. How about accessory to murder? In this photo, the Fruit of Islam surround and protect Minister of Mosque No. 7, Malcolm X. In the ranks are strong-arm man Gladstone Butch Alexander, Minister James Shabazz of Mosque No. 25 of Newark, New Jersey. They are all on their way to a street rally. The year is 1963. The location, Harlem, New York. Outlined in green is Mosque No. 7 Secretary and Teacher of Arabic, Maceo X. Owens, who in a couple of years will soon be an accessory in Malcolm's horrific murder. Was there any truth to the rumor about the Nation of Islam renting out the Audubon Ballroom to rehearse Malcolm's assassination? Let's examine something. On September 9, 1964, Maceo X. Owens drove to the Audubon Ballroom and walked into the ballroom and approached a Mrs. Emmett Lewis, the bookkeeper for the ballroom. Mr. Owens plinked down $450 for 3 dates to rent out the ballroom for the hours of 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. The specific dates were October 27, 1964, January 12, 1965, and February 16, 1965. Years after Malcolm's horrible assassination, comedian Dick Gregory would put out false information by saying that it was the CIA who rented out the ballroom, when in fact it was the Nation of Islam who put down the cash. Comedian Dick Gregory did not do his research. His stand-up was all fucked up.
Well, Elijah Muhammad has given the order to his followers to see that I am crippled or killed.
After a failed attempt to burn down Malcolm's house and trap his entire family in it, Maceo X. Owens and Joseph Shaw of Temple No. 7 arrive at the scene of the crime to take a look at the damaged house. Owens and Shaw try to look surprised at what they see, because they both know that a motion picture camera is rolling, and if anyone takes a careful look at the footage in the future, it could reveal the art of face reading called physiognomy, and anyone schooled in the science will discover both men's temperament, character, and outward appearance, especially of their faces, will show that they are both full of shit, and they both could be read like a book. They quickly glance straight into the camera, hoping the focus is on something else. The burning of the house was only a pet project. The main event is already set for February 21, 1965, where Malcolm shall not escape. The down payment on the room for several rehearsals was already secured.